Hello, welcome to Old Dog New Trails. My name is Cole, this is Zoe, and we're preparing for a car camping adventure. We've been experimenting with some different options here in the yard, and we've been planning ahead for the trip, getting a roof rack installed. I finally got the roof box in place. In one of the last episodes, I tried out camping on a platform that I had built. Wasn't crazy about it, so in another episode I tried out a bed platform using some snap together tiles. I liked that better, but it wasn't real flat. So today I'm going to look at getting that bed platform flattened out with a combination of just the back piece of plywood and the tiles. And I'm also going to check out how the Rightline SUV tent does in the rain, because we've got a storm coming. So setting up a few more things for another driveway camping experiment, see if that goes well, and if it does, I will be that much more prepared for my trip. So let's give it a try. I'm going to try piecing together some of the tiles on top of that plywood and see if I can get it leveled out. Let me see what I can do. You ready, Zoe? Good girl. So I guess the benefit of this is that I have this bit of storage space underneath, and I can get tarp and table under there, maybe a couple other flat things. And I got a reasonably flat platform, although the way I'm parked it seems to be sloping uphill a bit. But I'll probably be okay with that. So at this point I think I'll go ahead and go with this and see how it goes tonight. I'm going to set up the tent now, and this time I'm going to put the tarp under it. Are you ready for camping in the rain in your Rightline Gear SUV tent, Zozo? Are you ready? Yeah, but I'm tied up. Well, the radar's showing that the storm's going to be here any minute. Maybe you noticed that I forgot to put the rain fly up, so I'm about to do that. I also went around and I staked down the two spots on each side, except for the side the car is on. But there's two hoops for staking it down, so I did that on all three sides that are exposed. I didn't climb under the car, and about to put the rain fly on. It's all set up and I'm starting to feel a couple of drops, so I'm going to go grab some provisions, and we're going to go see how this thing does in the rain tonight. Hey, so the rain is coming down. I'm out here in the tent. I've got all of the screens, all the window shades are open, everything's wide open right now, and the rain's coming down pretty good, but the rain fly's doing a pretty good job of keeping it out. It's not particularly windy. I am going to sleep in here tonight because we're supposed to have rain all night long. So I'm really going to give this the overnight test and see how it goes. Giving this tent a good test in the rain. And you know what else I like rainy days for? It's about 8 o'clock, the rain's starting to fall. So we're here in the tent. And so far staying very dry. It's not windy. Still have the window flaps open, and so far so good. We'll keep you posted. Well, it's about 9 o'clock. The rain is really coming down, but even with both of these windows open, the flaps open, I'm sitting right next to them. I'm staying perfectly dry. So far, this thing is holding up really well to the rain, and I'm really enjoying the sound of listening to the rain on the roof of the tent. I discovered a leak where some water was getting into where the hatch closes there. You can see right on the inside of the door, there's a little channel of water that's running down, and it's coming down along the bumper. It's not a lot of water, it's just a trickle. It's happening on both sides, and unfortunately, I believe it's just coming up over the roof and under the tent and down through there. Not sure what I can do about it. A little bit of it is gathering up on the floor, but it's really not a crazy leak. It's not a huge problem, but it is a small leak. Good morning. It's about 6 in the morning. It's still raining. And we did get some water in here. I showed you where some water was coming in from the roof last night. I managed to get that pretty well sealed up. I'm going to turn the light on the camera so you can see what's going on. All right, so like I showed you last night, there was some water that was running down here, and it remained a slight trickle. There's still a little bit of water there that came in from the roof and was running down the inside of the hatch. I'd be a little concerned about that creating rust in places you don't want it. But I didn't see that there was much I could do about it. So some water did get into the tent down below. I showed a picture of that last night too. It's kind of hard to capture it here. You can see a little bit. So some water was getting in. It's not a lot of water. There was a lot of rain. It's not a lot of water. There's some down there too by Zoe's water bowl. There was another spot along underneath the bottom of the window here that the seam was leaking here, and I think it's because I didn't have it spiked down tight enough, and it was gathering up here. You can see the foot of my tripod is now kind of helping to extend it out. I did that last night so that this wouldn't continue to leak right here. That's something I can seal up. So that's actually something I can do something about by getting some sealant for the seams. So I will be doing that. But overall, I gotta say, this thing held up to some pretty torrential rain. So not too bad, not too shabby as far as that's concerned. This thing did pretty good in the rain, all things considered. Another thing that happened last night is that the bed platform these tiles kind of shifted underneath me a little bit. Not a big deal, but worth mentioning. It's about 9 in the morning now. I'm not gonna lie, I got up and went and did stuff. So I closed this up. I had to detach the car, had some errands to run. Left all the doors, all the flaps here open. The screen's starting to get a little water on it, and a little water came in below it. Not a big surprise. But I will say that this awning does a really nice job of keeping rain away from this very large screen door. I mean, it's all screen, which is just really great. There's also an awning on this side, and it has done an excellent job of keeping the water out of here. So, this is dry. This is all good. And it has been, on and off, it's been torrential rain since 8 o'clock last night. So I would say this thing does a reasonable job with the water. Understandably, the connection to the car has some potentials for leaks. And we did have some water down there, which is sort of just gathered in a pool now at the low spot, which is fine. Will make it a little easier for me to clean up. So I want to say I'm going to give this thing, I don't know what, a B plus maybe, an A minus, somewhere in there for holding up to the rain. The rain fly and the awning are a real good thing. They work. I've got this window on the side wide open, and the rain fly comes down and covers it. I still get ventilation. The water's all dripping down there. And as long as you've got this bottom tight, you won't get a leak in this seam the way I did. I had water bunching here and gathering up, and that's why that was leaking. And of course the seams can be sealed, so doing that wouldn't be a bad idea. I plan on doing that. Good stuff. I think I feel okay about taking this tent out on the road with me. And with that, I will leave you to enjoy a little bit of the sound of the rain on the tent. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.